This is Odin's Wolf Survival in the Great Forest of Kansas. Today, we're doing a chair. The other day, had people over, didn't have enough chairs to go around. It's kind of how it tends to work. So I went and got 4 treated 2x4s and cut them 36-inch long pieces, 10 2-foot long pieces, and 40 screws, 40 deck screws, and just put it together to where it looked like this. The video will show how. But the chair ran about $24. It'd be a little bit cheaper if you use regular wood, but then again you'd have to stain it and whatnot. The bits should, in the real world, it slide together, and they should, except I didn't check my 2x4s correctly. Slide together like that. But when you lay these out, make sure you put the thicker ones on the back piece, and then they'll slide together. As it is, it's still portable, just not as easily. And then to put it together, slide it in, set it down, and then sit down. Nice chair, works great. This is Odin's Wolf Survival in the Great Forest of Kansas. Today we're doing a chair. Slide together 2-piece, travel chair if you like. But we turn 4 2x4s into the pile that you see there, which is 6 36-inch long pieces and 10 2-foot long pieces. We have 20 screws, a 1-inch spacer, and now we start assembling. After you get the first one screwed in, at the top, even with the top edge and both sides, put your 1-inch spacer in and make sure it fits both sides. And then put another screw. I usually put 1 screw in, then I'll go back through and put another screw in the other corner once I get everything set up where I want. This way you can allow it to shift if you need to. You add number 3 in the same way, and number 4 goes on to the back. This is board number 5 on the back. Next one will be a little bit different. The first 5 boards from the right are screwed down. The 6th board is a spacer board. The 7th board will be screwed down. So that one will be screwed down with 2 screws also. The reason for the little bit of a gap is for the bottom piece to slide through, which we'll see here in a minute. That's the back put together. There's one more piece to go on the back side, but we're going to build the seat of the chair because it slides through. So while it's sitting flat on the ground, we're going to slide the other 2 in. That'll be the next step. All right, we got the backs put together. You take your other 2 3-foot long 2x4s, slide them up under and inside, as you see there. Make sure they're the same length out of the bottom, and then we'll add the seat boards, of which there'll be 3. That's the first seat board in, and then you add the spacer, then the next seat board. That's board number 2 for the seat. Now for 3. The last seat board's in, so we'll get another 20 screws, add a few to this to keep it square, slide it together to figure out where the back board goes. That's the seat and the back separate. Now we slide them together to see where the last piece goes on the back side to hold the chair angle so it doesn't dump you on your butt. All right, after sliding it together into this configuration the first time, the gap in the gap board was a little close, so I widened it up
with a 2x4 and a 1-inch width, then slid it in. Now the backboard will go in back here. So you angle this up a little bit, screw it in on both sides, and that takes the pressure off. Otherwise all your torque tension will be on these two boards, and when a wide glide hits it, it's going to blow it out. So now we're going to put this in where I deem it suitable. That is the backboard in position and screwed down. Next we'll slide the two pieces together to see how it looks and finish up putting all the rest of the screws in, of which there's 40 in total on this thing. It puts, with treated wood at today's prices, it put it in at $24, I think, to build it. The plastic yard chairs at Dollar General are $25 and $35 and $30. They're light, don't like them. This is cheaper, a little bit of work, nicer chair. This is the chair. It's pretty well done except for the last of the screws to go in. I think on this one, the bottom down here, I'm going to cut off a little bit, make it flat for one, but it'll shorten the height of the chair a little bit as it's a little tall. The next one, I'm going to use the thin side of the 2x4 for a spacer, bring it out about 1.5 inches in between each board instead of 1 inch, and that'll put it a little lower. The top half, the top of the back of the chair, I can move the top up a little bit, or the backboard, which I may do on this one, to bring the chair down a little flatter. But as I sit in it, my feet don't touch the ground. I feel like a kid again. But this is the chair. It is comfortable once you're in it, and it's easy to build. Like I said, $24, not a big deal. The last mod I did to the chair was to the legs right there. I set a 2x4 next to it, marked along it so it was even with the ground, cut off both sides, lowered the height just about right. Now it's a nice comfortable chair, kind of like it. Next one I think I'm going to build, I'm going to bring the back up another foot and a half so it has a higher back. You know, little things like that. I may do it with 2x4s for the 4 main 2x4s and use 1x4s for the slats, make it a little lighter. This one you could slide the two bits together, but I'm gonna, because this was treated wood and sometimes they're a little bit, sizes aren't exact. The cross pieces through there are a little bit taller than the side pieces, so they don't slide together. Hit it with a plane a little bit and I'll be able to slide them together so you can slide them down into the top part and carry them as one piece. But since this is going to basically be sitting out here, I'm not too worried about it. This is Odin's Wolf Survival, great in the great forests of Kansas. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Helps me out with YouTube. And have a glorious day.